Welcome to Genesis Engineers Academy. In this video, I am going to discuss about first law of thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics can also be defined as a natural law, that is, law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy states that neither energy can be created nor be destroyed. So the first law also depends on nature's law. So the amount of energy gained by the system is equal to energy lost by the surroundings or vice versa. So this is the system, and energy gained by the system is equal to energy lost by the surroundings. This is first law of thermodynamics. So whatever energy going into this one, so this is in and this is out. So what is the net? That is E in minus E out. That we call it as delta E. So that E is total energy. Total energy coming into the system, total energy going out of the system. The net total energy is designated by delta E. Got my point? So in the previous case, in the first basics, we have learned the total energy is equal to internal energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. So like that, if you remember this, so change in total energy is equal to total change in internal energy, change in kinetic energy, change in potential energy. So delta E is equal to, these are the terms. The first law is this one. Now for stationary systems, means if the system is suppose the fluid is not flowing, then its velocity is 0, and the fluid is not elevated, z is equal to 0. So in this case, so this delta k E is equal to 0 since there is no movement. Delta P E is equal to 0 since there is no elevation. So delta E, that is change in total energy, is equal to change in internal energy. So this is one of the expected questions for competitive examinations. Like that, we also apply for the closed system. For a closed system or fixed mass, so the net energy transferred into the system as heat or work is equal to net increase or decrease of the total energy. So the first law defines between delta Q and delta W. Why I am using delta? Because these are not the heat and work are not the properties of the system. They are the path functions. They are not point functions. For those things we use delta. Otherwise we use this delta or D. These two letters are used for this one. So the change in energy, suppose heat is introduced into the system, work is done by the system. So this is that. So the net change in this is heat is also an energy, work is also energy. So the change in energy is equal to delta Q minus delta W, and we know this one. So this becomes 0. Why? Because this closed system, there is no flow. Closed system means there is no flow. That is why even potential energy is also 0. In this case, so general formula we can call this is delta E, and since kinetic energy and potential energy are 0, this becomes delta U. So this also is expected question for competitive examination. So delta Q minus delta W, that is a change, a small change in heat minus a small change in work is equal to change in internal energy. If we apply, that is in this case we have removed delta everything, and this is delta Q, delta W and dE. Why I am using dE? It is property. These are not the properties. For a stationary system, we can also use like this one. Just now we have discussed about this one. So delta Q minus delta W is equal to dU. For a cyclic process, the change in energy is equal to 0. That is delta Q minus delta W is equal to delta E, that is equal to 0, which finally becomes delta Q is equal to delta W. So we have general formula for anything is, this is the formula for any system, and for stationary system kinetic energy, potential energy is 0. So the left behind is internal energy, and this becomes dU. For a cyclic process, initial and final states are equal, that is in and out are equal, and the change in total energy of the system is 0. That finally Q is equal to W for cycling. Q is not equal to W in stationary system. So that is this one. This is general equation. So able to differentiate between these three. Now heat. So as heat is not a property. What is the heat? Heat is a form of energy that is transferred between two systems or system and surrounding by virtue of temperature difference. What is the meaning of virtue of temperature difference? So there must be, if the flow has to take place between this system and this system, or this system to surroundings, or to this area, there must be a temperature difference. This one should have a higher temperature, the other should have a lower temperature, and the heat flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. So heat can be defined as an energy in transition. Here we have some conventions. Heat transfer into the system, that is heat added, is taken as positive. So this is the system, and this blue color is boundary. Heat is added means you can take it as a positive. Heat is rejected or eliminated, we can call it as a removed. We can call it as Q is negative. The amount of heat transferred during the process between two states is denoted by Q2. Q1, 2. Since it is not a point function, this is not equal to Q1 minus Q2. So this is a heat added or rejected or removed in the process 1, 2. This is the meaning. Or simply sometimes we use Q in or Q out something, or Q1 or initial QI, QO, like that we can use. Suppose this is the state 1, this is state 2. From state 1 to state 2, it is a process. In this process, if heat is added, it can be treated as a positive. If it is rejected, it can be treated as a negative. To introduce what is the amount of heat transferred during the process is called Q12. The process is 1, 2. So if this is called extensive. If it is to be specific, you have to divide with mass. So small q means specific. Capital Q is extensive. So these are the letters we use to distinguish these two separately. So this is all about heat. So next one is in adiabatic process. This we have discussed in the previous video. So adiabatic process Q12 is equal to 0 if it is adiabatic process. Like that, it can be heat is transferred by 3 modes or 3 mechanisms. One is called conduction, that is transfer of energy from more energetic particles to less energetic particles. Means it takes place in what you call solids. Conduction takes place in solids. Next one is convection. So is a transfer of energy from solid surface to adjacent fluid. We call it as a convection. And radiation, it means there is no medium. Here it is water medium. Here there is no medium. So by electromagnetic waves or photons, the energy is transferred. Next one is called work. So work is also a form of energy. Like just like heat, work is not a point function. So it is not shown by a point. It should be shown by a path. That is why heat and work are path functions. So a change in path functions, we use delta. A change in point functions, we use d or delta, like that. So work, like heat, is an interaction between system and surroundings. So work done per unit mass can be taken like this one. If work is, next one is units of energy is joules, and so this is specific work done, you can call it as, or work done per unit mass. Work done convention is work done by the system is taken as positive. Work done on the system is taken as negative. You understand my point? So this is work done by the system. So the system is nothing but a certain quantity of gas or liquid. So if heat is added and this gets disturbed and their kinetic energy increases and other energies increases and pressure is increased and tries to move the piston out. So during that there is a displacement ds, and work done is equal to, as you know from the fundamentals, force into distance. Work is said to be done when there is a displacement. So this displacement you have taken, and this pressure, that is the force, is obtained from the pressure and area. So this is taken as this one. So work done by the system, a small work done is an infinitesimal work done is P A into dF. This can be taken as a dV. Also pressure into change in volume. So here the volume changes, that is why there is a displacement. So this is the system is nothing but gas, is responsible for the movement of the piston and able to move the piston through a distance ds with a pressure P and the area A. We are able to get this work done. So this crossed the boundary like that. So that we call it as work done by the system. In the reverse process, if we apply the force on the piston, it's able to compress the gas or some other vapor like and able to move like the same distance. This we can call this as work done on the system. So work done on the system is taken as negative. Work done by the system is taken as a positive. This we can take 1. So initially this is state 1 and this is state 2. So state 1, state 2 is represented by the path 1, 2 and able to change. These properties are going to change to these condition properties. So the amount of work done during the process between states 1 and 2 is denoted by W. An infinitesimal work is delta W. You got my point? So this is infinitesimal work and this is total work. So to be precise, work is represented like that one. So work done by the system is during the process 1, 2 is represented or designated by these letters. Infinitesimal is this one. You should not use delta W, dW, because it is not a point function. Only point functions uses d. You got my point? Next, I wanted to stress again, that is why I have included these. What are the path and point functions? So pressure can be measured at a particular point. Volume can be measured at a particular point. Temperature can be measured at a particular point. But work is not calculated or measured at a point. So work is said to be done during the process between two states. That is why work and path functions, as I said, work and heat are inexact differentials or path functions. So that is why we use the delta, as I said earlier, work this one. So volume is a exact differential, that is why we use d. So the change in volume is dV. So this can be written like this one, V2 minus V1 or delta V. You got my point? So this is equal to this one. You got my point? So that is about that one. And there are other forms of work, electrical work, spring work and stretching wire work, all these things. Now we again discuss about internal energy. So the energy possessed by a system due to molecular motion and molecular configuration is called as internal energy, that we have discussed in the previous videos. Now there is new word called enthalpy. Enthalpy is a heat content, that is total heat, you can say. When a process takes place at constant pressure, heat absorbed or released can be called as enthalpy or enthalpy change. So enthalpy, when do you use the enthalpy? If the process takes place at constant pressure. Otherwise, you can simply use as heat. If you, to distinguish from heat, enthalpy is nothing but heat. So at constant pressure, the heat added or released or removed or rejected, we can call it as enthalpy. Enthalpy can be taken as heat content. So enthalpy is nothing but sum of the internal energy and flow work, that is PV. So H is extensive property, this is internal energy and the pressure, and that is you can also call as PV. So pressure into volume is also energy, and this PV we can call it as a flow work. Now we have introduced one more, that is called mechanical energy. So this is internal energy and this is heat energy, also called heat energy, and this is PV called work energy, that we call it as flow work. So this is energy, this is energy, this is also energy. So you have to remember this formula, H is equal to U plus PV. These are extensive problems. If we wanted to convert into intensive, it should be written like this one, H U plus PV, small v. This is specific. It can be written capital or small. So this is specific properties. So specific enthalpy, specific entropy, internal energy, pressure and specific volume. Now there is one more word called specific heat. Here we have used intentionally specific heat. That means no mass or unit mass for that matter. Is the heat required or energy required to raise the temperature of unit mass of a substance by 1 degree. So you can call this as a Q, to raise a temperature, a difference of 1 degree of unit mass is 1 and the temperature difference is this one. So this is called as specific heat, that is C. So C, this is that one, this is temperature difference is there because we are raising by 1 degree. If this is related to constant volume process, we can call it as CV. CV is nothing but specific heat at constant volume. If the process takes at constant volume, then the specific heat is called CV. That is also heat or energy required to raise the temperature of the unit mass of the substance by 1 degree, keeping the volume constant. Keeping the pressure constant, it is CP. Solids will have only one specific heat, but gases will have two specific heats like air, all these things. Next one is according to conservation energy principle, as we have seen, E in, E out is equal to total change in the system, and this can be in differential form like this one. This can be, that is delta Q or delta W, delta Q minus delta W. This is heat is added to get the work done, and the change is called change in internal energy. And the amount of energy, net amount of energy transferred to the system is at constant volume is this. at constant pressure is this. So at constant pressure is that is dH. It's a properties, point functions. Cv into dt is equal to dE. Understand my point? So what is, we'll derive some of the formula based on these concepts. Next one is this, we have used this one, and Cv is equal to dou u by dou t, that is constant volume. So from this also you can write the formula like this one. What my point? Next one is Cp, that is dou h is equal to dou, that is Cp into dou t. The phase, this indicates at constant pressure. You have to be cautious about using the letters. Next, I said earlier, this is PV, H is equal to enthalpy is equal to internal energy and product of, that is flow work PV. And we know PV from gas laws, PV is equal to RT. Understand my point? So what is that? Just now we have seen this one, du is equal to Cv into dt. If you integrate this one from state 1 to state 2, for example, this becomes u2 minus u1, and this becomes Cv is a constant, and this becomes T2 minus T1. This is the formula. So you must be able to derive these equations efficiently, accurately. Understand? So what you have learned in the previous example, H is equal to U plus PV, and also Cv is equal to dou U by dou T, or you can at constant volume, or you can also use dH by dt. Like that you can derive these formulas. So how do you get this Cp-Cv formula? So I have explained here, and you note down this. H is equal to U plus PV. PV is taken as PV RT. PV is a specific volume. The original formula, you can take a capital V. This is mRT. If you divide this volume by m, this becomes a specific volume, and this is the formula I have used. I have replaced PV by RT, and this dH is, that is a change in, and this is RU. R is constant, the change in differentiation mathematically also. This is this one, and this is this one. If you cancel dt on both sides, you are going to get, this is the formula, and this is Cp minus Cv is equal to R, where R is equal to gas constant. And this is also we frequently use, that is K, that is specific heat ratio. K sometimes gamma, sometimes some other name, but it is a ratio of specific heats, Cp by Cv, and we are able to derive this formula also. So there will be questions on these formulas also. What you have learned from this page, Cp, that is specific heat at constant pressure, that is related to dH. H is also heat, U also heat, but at constant volume we call it as internal energy. Constant pressure we call it as enthalpy. Got my point? So for liquids and solids we use only C, that is Cp-Cv not used, we use only C, but for gases we use Cp-Cv. So gases will have two specific heats. So these are the some examples appeared in competitive exams. So 3000 joules of heat is added to a system. 2500 joules of work is done by the system. by the system. So it is positive. What is the change in total energy of the system? So heat is added. Heat is added, that is positive. Work is done by the system is positive. But we have the things, that is Q minus W is changing this one. So this is E1, this is E2. You can also consider like that way. So what is the simple answer is 500 kilojoules. In a cyclic process, heat transfers are this. What is the net work for this cyclic process? So you can also sum of the process. Added, the sum is comes about plus 17.44 kilojoules. And for cyclic process, for cyclic process, delta Q minus delta W is equal to 0. That means Q is equal to, or Q minus W is equal to 0. Q is equal to W. So this is. Thank you.